again, guys, time for another video. I'm going to do another video based on the YouTuber, the black gentleman named DEMCAD, which did a video on why more kids are avoiding college. I did a video on this already, and this dude was also on YouTube around the same time I was. And since I was in college for a while, in an era during and right when I was first starting on YouTube. And since I saw this gentleman on YouTube and he's still here, I want to do another video and elaborate some things that I should have said to start with, that I was on the right track, but that I forgot to say why college is not only a bad deal, it's not worth it, and it's just like a total scam. Why it's like why college should be avoided. I believe it really should be avoided now, and I think people are getting wise to it. I've been seeing it on TV news. And keep in mind, I'm supposed to be using these videos as an outlet, because every time I see shit on TV news, I'm ranting in my partner's ear. So about this shit, I'm ranting into her ear about this shit every time I see something on the TV news. So the YouTube should be an outlet. But anyway, since I've been seeing more stuff on the news too, a lot of people are wanting to be geared toward hands-on stuff and trades, which is a good idea. And I've been saying, here's one thing I've been saying from the very beginning, and yeah, plus I basically got fooled. I regret actually doing college or whatever. The trouble with college, I think at one time college used to be a good thing. Not to stick up totally for the government, but I think somebody at the government at one given time expected you to, when you get grants and student loans, to get better job, and it's more profitable for them, so you get a good job and pay taxes, right? And you can pay more taxes, of course, so the government can steal more of your tax money and spend it on other shit. Yeah, this is a thing where I think at one time, not anymore, okay, that at one time the government had a noble and benevolent, with good intentions, expected, you to, eventually graduate, and they'd get that money back. You paid student loans back and then putting out grants. That's before the far left took it over, and before the far left in the government took completely over, and those people don't give a rat's behind if anybody graduates at all. They just want to give more money away to get more political clout. But I'm saying before the far left took it over, who don't really give a damn, there was a good thing where they expect you to graduate. And the trouble with this too is, if you look over so many years, government giving this money away to go to college, some of it in grants and some of it you get student loans. Whichever way you want to talk about the government's intentions of what they were at all at any time, you want to put that aside for 1 minute. Whichever way you want to slice it here, the colleges wanting to make a killing on this, they keep fucking, I want to swear in front, my neighbors might hear me, they keep damn raising the tuition. So people don't really graduate, and you try to get your parents to co-sign for a loan any way you can. And the colleges don't care how you get it, and plus the colleges, it's not really to learn anything anymore. You want to be able to graduate and be this or that, right? And they're forcing these classes down your throat that you don't even damn need. You know reason why they do that? They force these classes that you don't even dang need, so that they can stretch out how long you gotta be in semesters in this college. If they really did it in a way where you would graduate with everything you need to know to get a job, you'd be done plain and simple, and they wouldn't be making a crap load of money, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have to swear, and my neighbors might be outside hearing me saying this, but that's how it's so dang ridiculous. And I think some of these kids are getting wise to it now. Well, you go to trade school, it's not exactly cheap either. But I'm saying the colleges, I think, over so many years, they're raising the tuition. They don't care how you get it. And the far left took over government that way for college, and it's like they hand it out. They don't care, you know what I mean? And the colleges don't really care. They'll try, if the government's paying for it, um, they'll raise the prices, and then and what they really want to see is, okay, what the colleges would really love to see is, yeah, to get the government to sink more money in there. And if it was up to the colleges, um, they would have you for 10, 15, 20 years forever going to college to get a degree. And then when you finally get that degree, you owe all this student loan and all this crap, unless you're one of the lucky ones with political that they give people grants for the political clout and just give everything in grants and do it totally for free. Not everybody is that lucky. So it's designed just to like make a ton load of money. And that's all that's going to be, you know what I mean? And people really want to be able to just do something to be able to qualify for something, but it ends up being nothing but a bad deal. You'll be dead before you pay that student loan and ever pay it off. You know what I mean? And I think if somebody starts getting on to that fact or whatever the hell, or if somebody comes to their senses in the government and say this really isn't a bad deal, but you know, you get into a lot of other theories, you know, about why the government don't get wise to this. You know, they're sinking more money into it, and the far left is just throwing it in there. It's not theirs. They don't care as long as it gets some political clout. That's why you don't see the government getting wise and saying, "Hey, wait a minute, what's going on here?" This is not a very good turnout for people graduating and getting better jobs so they can pay more taxes. You know what I mean? That's why they're not getting wise, because you got people in the government just doing it for political clout. You're not. That's why it's wishful thinking to see anybody's going to get wise. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. Somebody runs out of money some kind of way, but it's like so some people were just rather than just like skip college altogether. And while I'm on this thing with this video too, the only reason anybody else, the people that just decided to skip college and they decided college is a bad deal, the ones that are not saying that, the ones that want to go to college, they want to go because they want to major in drinking, drug doing, and activism. And then they're friends and they're partying with the right people, and they just get in somewhere in an internship because of who they know and who they partied with. And there's a lot of people, like I said in the other video too. And even my mother was, when she got divorced from my father, my mother realized this. Even though an asshole was what my mother was, she had to like raise 3 kids or whatever, and then she did college on some. She got grants on some of it, no student loans or whatever the hell, but it doesn't totally do everything. And she realized, along with other people that I knew, realized no matter how hard you study, a lot of people don't get good grades or get into anywhere out of college because they got good grades and worked hard. The ones that partied together, they're the ones that got in places because of who they know. A lot of people that went to these colleges now are getting into places because of who they partied and did drugs and drank with and did their activism bullcrap, which activism should be prohibited in college campuses. I almost wanted to play a clip sarcastically in these videos. Like a lot of YouTubers get away with that, but if I did it, I'd get my video blocked with copyright, blocked due to copyright. But there's a scene in the Rodney Dangerfield movie, Back to School, even though it was a comedy. Well, the dude that played Rodney Dangerfield's son, when Rodney Dangerfield went back to school, right, he was in this mood and he got drunk. He was yelling at his girlfriend. He said, "You think this college thing, you think this is real? This is a dream world. You get out of here and you get into real life." You know what I'm saying? So if I played that clip in along with this video, I'd probably get my video, like, blocked due to copyright. But picture that in your head. People go into this college, whether they got their rich mommy and daddy paying for it, or they got the government, paying for some of it, or they get on top of it, get these grant student loans. They're doing it for the social perks, and they're living a big dream world. And yeah, like when my mother went to college and she got divorced, bunch of stoners and alcoholics there. They get people to cheat with them, cheat for them, or cheat with them, and a lot of people getting these grades. They're not even showing up for half the classes, and they're getting there by cheating. And then so no, you got to wonder. There's I think way less people going to college and graduate and getting good grades because they actually worked hard for the grades. I say that once again because of who they know. More people are getting wise to that, I think. Yeah, a lot more than we think. And the only reason a lot of these other people care about college is for that little dream world they see on TV. They want that campus life. Dudes and chicks both think they're the sexiest thing on the face of the earth. Thinking they're so damn hot. And MTV, when it used to play music and rock and roll, when it started going downhill and started playing all this garbage, this college spring break shit, when MTV started phasing out music and putting all this garbage on, when I was young, I'd seen MTV was going down the hill. They're glamorizing spring break and college and partying and all this bullshit. They're putting this shit in kids' heads, that college is just this big bunch of fun time. And I happened to see in an episode of the TV show Drugs Inc., where they're smuggling these drugs for all these people in campuses. They're having these big drug parties. They're getting drunk and stoned and everything else. And then one person after another are dying in these fraternity parties where they're drinking a lot of booze and dying. And then they're actually finally canceling some of these fraternities because of this stuff. I mean, even the jocks that were in college, they're supposed to be athletic, right? And I'd rather see them do more athletic stuff and less of their drunk and other stuff that their buddies are actually getting killed, encouraging each other to do this heavy drinking. The jocks are doing more of these jocks in these colleges now are getting encouraging each other to get drunk and large amounts of alcohol and dying, more and more of them. And the colleges are finally reluctantly dragging their feet, but reluctantly cutting out some of these fraternities. And before I end this video, one more thing too. College should be a place to learn. When you go to college and whether your mommy or daddy or you're paying and getting student loan to get to college, it should be a place to learn. Activism and all this other garbage should be prohibited in college. I mean, the only reason colleges ain't prohibiting it because of all these other scumbags in the dang colleges. Oh, they're afraid. They're so scared that somebody's going to get mad and just go to another college, take their student loan money and grants to another college. But what if all these colleges finally get wise and they all get together? And why don't all these other colleges that represent all people get people that represent all these colleges, right? In these damn why don't they get together in a round table and say, hey, none of us want any of this. This is a bad thing. But you ain't going to see that happening either, because I heard all these other stories in these articles about people that are the deans of the dang colleges. They're alcoholics and stoners, like, along with the dang kids. That's why you don't see this happening. You get these people, oh yeah, you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, prohibit activism and all this garbage in college where people are supposed to be going to learn the important stuff. Yeah, they're afraid that kids are gonna get mad and go take their grants and student loans to some other college or whatever the hell. But then it's a little bit of that and a little bit of half of these people are getting worse. They're alcoholics and every damn thing else too. You know what I mean? But that's just how it is. I mean, the debt outweighs the benefit. I mean, sure, maybe if you manage to get your degree and take all that garbage that you don't even need, and then these people get by and just don't even bother to pay the student loans or whatever the heck, and all it goes against their credit, and these people manage to get credit cards other kind of places and get credit anyway, or whatever they owe. But yeah, nothing actually really like gets done there. You know what I mean? You're not really going to see anything change. You know what I mean? And I'll just be repetitive if I say one more time. You know what I mean? The government that's putting all this money for grants and everything else, and then student loans alone, all this, they should be getting wise and saying, you know what, this ain't really generating anybody that's going to get in jobs and paying taxes, and we ain't getting the money back, and say, we need to cut this stuff out. That's not happening. It should have been happening by now, because like you said, not a conspiracy theory. It's getting to be like a no-brainer that the people are just sinking the money that got the political power. They're just sinking the money into whoever for political clout. They don't care what other part of the government or any financial institution, any kind of way that's doesn't get paid. You know what I mean? Either. Then you're getting into all that other theories. This money is just all printed paper, and it can only get worse. But that's getting into a lot of other stuff. You know what I mean? Like the kind of stuff Jim Quinn talked about when he was still on FM radio, you know?